Hi guys, and welcome back here to the Dev Realm. And today we are carrying on our Super Helldiver series, which is very cool. Very excited about that. And what we did on the last episode, if you guys remember, is that we have created the key selection thing. As you can see, that's working. I think that's fine. What we could do here is the next thing that we need to do is that basically we need to tell what combination is the right one and basically feed that back to the component and say, oh, we have a match. This is the combination. Please spawn this item. That's all we gotta do. Right, there's many ways we can do this. And I think the way I'm thinking, it's that, or we could do it in this widget, which is the one that spawned all this stuff, or we could do in the window, which is the one that spawned this, or we could even do after that. But the best way of doing this is to give the responsibility to the widget that we are trying to, let's say, that handles that for us. So in this case will be this guy here. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna loop all those keys, and we're gonna basically check if all the keys they match, and if all the keys they match, that means that this is the successful, and we're gonna send this back to our parent, and then we can actually do whatever we're looking for this. So there is just a tiny little problem that we have to update, which is basically we need to access our component here, right? So the way we could do this is that for the Helldiver window, we're gonna go back to the graph, and we're gonna add a new variable, and we're gonna call here the component ref. There we go. Now what we're gonna do is that we're gonna call the spawn system, and this is gonna be a public. Make sure is exposable to spawn, and make sure is a single, is not an array, because otherwise it'll be a problem. Now that we have this thing here, when we first add this new widget here, we also gonna go back to here, and we're gonna add that same variable called the component ref, and this is gonna be the BP, the spawn item, the system here. Again, expose on spawn, make sure it's public by clicking on the eye icon, and there we go. Now here we refresh the data, and we drag and drop our where's the component reference here. And now, most important thing of all, we go back to our component, and remember where we spawn this item, we just send self as a reference, because that's the reference of the widget that we're trying to send. Now right now nothing gonna change, it should still be working, like all that stuff should be working. I'm probably gonna add some animations on that just to make the things a little bit nice. But anyway, so what we're gonna do now is that we need to validate what if that key combination, if these options are right. The way we could do this is that we're gonna loop through all the keys first. We're gonna do what we have to do, right? And to be honest, you don't even need to loop like that to do this. This is more of like the simplest ways to do. You could probably even do stuff like, you get a copy, you have the index, which means that you get the sequence minus let's say 1. Let's see if this crazy idea here would work, and then you put it there. You would do like this, and you would put this stuff here. I think that would also work. but I don't know. I mean, you know, like that works as well. But I still throw all those errors, and I think it's better if you just keep with the loop. So it's more inefficient in terms of memory, but since this happened on the client, it doesn't matter for us. So that will work. All right, so once we did all the loop and everything is successful or not, and everything is great, what we can do here is that we can do another loop here, right? We can create another loop, and basically we can create a variable called let's call this successful combination, right? And we're gonna make sure it's a boolean, make sure that's click on the eye, that successful combination, or I'm just gonna valid. Well, I think if you call just valid spawn, or just can spawn, right? Can spawn, right? Now, what we're doing here is that we get this, and we're gonna set this actually to false, right? We're gonna set this stuff to false, and that's it. Great. Everything, actually, that's gonna be set to true, right? And what we're doing here is that we're gonna copy this for each loop again. Again, not very efficient way of doing this, but it's a way, okay? If you would like to do this in a more, let's say, efficient way, you would have to, because you already have the key sequence, so you would have to select which item you want. But that's fine. We don't need to be that much careful with memory. Unreal Engine does an exceptional job behind the scenes to do that for us, to handle this memory for us. Right. Now, what we're doing here is that we need to basically check if anything has not been successfully heated, right? So we need to basically get the key. We need to basically, I forgot this, on the key here, key status, yeah, valid combination, yeah. So on that, we're just gonna basically get this, get valid combination, and we're gonna do a switch case, all right? And that's it, right? So in the switch case, will basically be, if the combination is not set, then it's false, and if is not correct, it's false. Nice. Now, what we would like to do here, it's a for each with break. Because do you agree with me that if any of those combinations are true, we don't really care about everything else, because the user already, you haven't pressed the right key. The player didn't press the right key, so there's no point in keep looping this stuff. So I'm just gonna plug this here into the break, and put it that, plug this one right here, and that's it. Right. And now you ask me, oh, but why are you not connecting the correct one? Because this is already successful by default. So if that, if that doesn't, it doesn't necessarily, you need to, if that's true, if it doesn't matter for us. We're only looking for unsuccessful requests. Now, if I press print, what we can try is see if this is gonna work somehow. Let's see. Right, so let's see if this is gonna work. So if I do down, down, up, you see, one is successful, down, down, and then up. Oh, there is something. I think we may need to change that. So let's see. Let me just think about it. I think we need to do a different approach because so we need to loop all this data. And okay, I'm gonna do in a different approach then. I think this is not a very good idea. All right, let's do a different approach. So we gonna basically do in a different way. Let's do it in a different way. All right, okay. So for each loop. And instead of using the for each with break, we're gonna do a for each loop. And for this scenario, what we're gonna do here is like that. We're gonna still do the loop, and if successful, so correct keys, that is going to be a Boolean number, sorry, an integer. And make sure it's public. We could maybe be able to access this from else. Actually, no, it doesn't have to be public. We're gonna set this to 0, all right? And if that guy is correct, we're gonna +1, okay? And we're gonna set the value to that, all right? So we're gonna count the successful rate of this, right? Right, now if I press, so what we need to do now is that when you finish looping this stuff, we basically need to find a way to get how many keys do we have for that, you know, how many combinations keys do we have. So we're gonna get this, we're gonna get the length, and what we're gonna do is a branch. And if this is greater or equal than the keys, so if all the keys are successful, all right, all the keys they must be successful, then good things can happen. So I can say basically print spawn item. Otherwise, we basically go, you know what, I don't really want to spawn item because they're not right. So wrong, right? And I'm just gonna put a red color for the wrong one, and a green one for the successful. And I'm just gonna put like, I don't know, 10 seconds. 10 seconds. If I press play, right, down, down, up. There's something wrong with that because they're not all successful. Correct. Huh, let me do this print. I think we may have done a different. Let's just double check if we have the right length size of this. So 4, 3, 3. Okay, that's fine. So you got 4 and 3 and then 3. Okay, so you got 4, 3, 3. And then you got the key combinations. And then you got the loop. If it's correct, because you're setting that here. Key correct to set that to correct. Okay. So you would have a combination. So if I do a print, I think it's because I'm doing greater or equal. I shouldn't be doing that, but let's just check this again. So I have how many keys right? 1. So if I do left, 0, 0, 1. Yeah. So I think that I have done a wrong logic, because now to get the length, which is 3, and then the correct keys is greater or equal, actually they needs to be equal to that. Then that should work. So if it's equal, then I should find, should be, let's see. There we go. Aha, okay. Nice. So we go down, down. Spawn item. I think there's something wrong there. I don't know. Because they're not all the keys are right. So down, down. Ah, okay. And then you go to, let's say, that there. So all is wrong. But you go up, 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 up. See? And now we could even, if you wanna be fancy about this, let's just get the name as well. You know, let's just get a break and say, okay, let's spawn this item here. Oh, press play. Let's do it. So if I do up, up, no, down, down, up, ammo, down, down, up, or like down, 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 shotgun, which is cool. Yeah, nice. So actually I have shotgun twice. Actually I need to just improve my, so shotgun, shoot. This is just gonna be shoot. Yeah, great. All right, okay, that's cool. Starting to get, you know, nice. Ammo, down, down, down. So you go shield, and then you get a up, up, and up. You got a tank. Now you can create like infinite, like crazy combinations. I don't know if I do duplicate that, and I can call like super nuke, right? And it's gonna create a ridiculous like combination that nobody's gonna like be able to do that, because sometimes Helldiver has that, you know, ridiculous combination that just throws you off the match, and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna be able to do this. All right, so let's see if I can do that super nuke. So now if I go back, oh yeah, that's because you guys know why, because I forgot to load this on the on here. Sorry. Let's just open up this. Let's load up the super nuke. We probably should change the icon, but that's fine. We're gonna be fine. Nice. So I have the super nuke. So up, 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 there you go. Super nuke. Of course, you see that there's a overlapping with the tank. With the tank. That's something that you have to take in consideration when creating those combinations. That you need to make sure that they don't overlap. They don't, you know, like they are unique all the way through, because otherwise you could have, you know, this problem. So if I do up, 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 there we go, super nuke, nice. All right, guys. So this doesn't mean that we have finished the tutorial. There's some things that we still have to finish. I'm gonna create the event callback. And then in the next tutorial, I'm going to show you how you could spawn this for your on your game. Right, so let's do this. Now that we have this thing working, which is very exciting, very cool, you know, exciting. Things are very, very nice to work with right now. So I'm very happy with this work for now. And the things that I could do now, I'm going to compile and save here, is that I'm going to create here event, and this is like, you know, handle the key press. All right, and I'm going to create a custom event, and I'm going to call this API valid spawn option. All right, valid spawn option. Now, what would you like to do with this, right? So we're just gonna pass the spawn option to the player. And if you guys remember, we have here, what do we have here? It's, what kind of structures is that again? Is the st spawn output? Yeah, okay. St spawn option. Nice. Now we have the st spawn option. And we need to get, so we're gonna break this information here, break the option. And we basically have the object to spawn. So we're gonna basically spawn actor from class, right? And spawnable actor from class. And then we have the sequence. No. Actually, I mistyped one thing here. So on the spawn options, instead of being an object, here, on this spawn option here, let's just call this an actor and make sure it's a reference. It's a better way of doing this, because now on here we can spawn actor from class. There you go, that's more like it. Now we basically need to get where would you like to spawn this item, right? Usually is in front of the player. Of course, like in the Helldiver, you have an option that you throw an item, and the item will be, like something that will spawn. But for this scenario, just for simplicity, we're gonna spawn something in front of the player. Okay. So what we're gonna do here is that we're gonna, I think it's get the pawn, player pawn. Now, get the pawn, get the owner. No, get owner. Yeah. Find out the chain, the actor that own this component. There you go. And we have the get the forward actor up vector. I don't know which one is the one I'm gonna use to do this, but maybe get transform. Actor transform, get actor forward vector, or get the forward vector. So I'm gonna maybe, let's just convert here. So I'm gonna add, and basically we're just gonna add, actually we're gonna times that by, let's say, by 1. Literal int, and I just want to times that by, let's say, 2. I don't know. Yeah, and then I can make into a transform. I think that's the way to do this. Compile and save. Okay, that it's a way, right? Now we're gonna copy this. I'm gonna go back to the spawn actor thing, and since we have the component reference, we can just call this guy here, valid blah blah blah. It asks us to pass which one is the component, so we're gonna pass the spawn loadout, right? Now on unsuccessful, you can just send a message, or you don't have to do anything. This is on success spawn, right? Spawn. Nice. So now we have to set up the spawnables, what we're trying to spawn. So I'm gonna do this for the next one, just because it's kind of getting a little bit longer, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pause this video, and then for the next lesson, we probably is gonna be the one we're gonna finish off our tutorial. So once again, thank you very much for watching, and I see you guys in the next one.